Do Android need antivirus? This has been one of the most searched cybersecurity questions for a while now for a reason. Many people out there still think it's only computers that are targeted by hackers, but think again. Your phone is actually just as vulnerable, if not even more. So today I'll explain exactly why you need an antivirus for your Android. Let's dive in. The first thing to understand is that Android has a huge global user base, which naturally automatically makes it a target. Malware can be distributed onto Android devices in various ways. Downloading malicious apps, yes, even sometimes from the Google Play Store is a common way, plus through phishing links that sneak in via email, SMS, or malicious ads. But that's not all. Infected APK files pose a huge malware threat and are even common with sideloading. Not to mention the fact that users often accidentally grant permission to pop-ups and ignore app warnings, especially for those shady ones. Many people don't realize it, but there are tons of pirated versions of apps out there that look identical to normal apps, but are actually just malware waiting to be implanted. And these malicious apps are a twofold threat, since they also require intrusive permission in order to bypass Google's verification methods. And if all these factors weren't risky enough, older Android phones lack any system updates that would provide advanced security measures, making those devices inherently more vulnerable to malware attacks. So the bottom line is that Androids are not immune to malware, spyware, or phishing attacks that can wreak havoc on your device and the personal data that's stored within. All that said, the ideal solution would be to get an Android-free antivirus to protect yourself, and then call it a day. The problem is, while those unpaid plans might be tempting, they unfortunately come with plenty of drawbacks. Not only do they show you an excessive amount of ads that get annoying very quickly, but their detection rates are generally very poor, which completely defeats the purpose of getting protection in the first place. And to top it all off, these apps are programmed to collect user data, so the companies can sell it off to third parties for profit, and that's if you can even find a legitimate free provider, since many out there are actually fake and end up planting malware on your device instead of removing it. In general, opting for a free Android antivirus might seem sensible, but this false sense of security will be short-lived. For that reason, you should always stick with a reputable and tested provider only. Keep in mind the providers on my recommendation list today are all labeled as free to download from the Google Play Store, but that's because the payment happens after the app is already downloaded. To get a discount on any of the antiviruses I talk about today, you can scan the QR code on screen or click the links in the description. Alright, before I dive into my best antivirus for Android suggestions, let's quickly go over the potential problems your device can run into if malware does sneak in. For starters, if spyware gains access to your webcam or microphone, it can then view and listen to your personal activities. If you notice that your device's battery life is getting drained quickly, that's often an indicator that malware is also active. Meanwhile, other types of malware can easily steal your passwords and other credentials via keylogging or phishing overlays. And it doesn't stop there. Hackers are also able to remotely control your Android device, which means they can even lock you out entirely and demand a ransom or blackmail you if you want to regain access. In short, malware not only affects your privacy, but your money and overall device performance as well. To combat all these problems in one fell swoop, you need to choose an antivirus that includes real-time protection, anti-phishing features, app reputation checks, plus bonus cybersecurity features like a VPN, identity theft protection, and more. With all that out of the way, let's dive right into the best antivirus for Android options. First up is TotalAV. This provider has a place on my best antivirus list for several reasons. For starters, it comes with strong security, which includes real-time protection that monitors your device 24/7 for any threats as they come in, and a malware scan that checks for viruses that have already been downloaded. Now, you'll get a security boost with the Total Web Shield browser extension, since it warns you about any potentially malicious sites and blocks a variety of threats, including ransomware, phishing sites, and scams. And another feature that makes TotalAV one of the best antivirus for mobile options is App Lock, which prevents unauthorized access to your apps by requiring a code to be entered before launching. And in addition to all these great security measures, TotalAV also includes a system cleanup tool that makes it easy to remove junk and duplicate files and uninstall any unused apps. But apart from solid security, when you're looking for an Android antivirus, it's important to consult independent testing. The experts over at TotalAV recently concluded that on Android, the TotalAV malware scan was able to detect 99.9% of both 0-day and 4-week-old malware. Furthermore, the app itself also scored a 5 out of 6 in usability and a 6 out of 6 in performance. And just because our research team likes to see results firsthand, we also ran a test of our own. First, we planted 150 malware samples onto a testing device, and then turned off real-time protection, and ran a full system scan to see how many threats TotalAV could detect. In the end, it found 133 out of the 150 malware lookalikes, which is in alignment with what most other antiviruses are capable of. In addition to a great lineup of security features and tried-and-true malware scans, you'll also get some convenient tools for daily life. The device optimizer makes it easy to organize any photos, videos, and mobile contacts, while the battery saver helps to extend your battery life longer. And there's also the data breach checker that informs users if their personal information has been leaked online. Plus, the privacy tools such as the ad blocker, password vault, VPN, and identity theft protection help keep you safe from an array of online threats. As far as pricing goes, both the premium and internet security packages are very affordable, include lots of security features, and have a flexible number of device allotments. However, the total security package seriously covers all your bases, since it also includes the safe browsing VPN, ad blocker, and the password vault that I mentioned earlier. If you're looking to protect every inch of your online activity in one fell swoop, the third tier is the ultimate cybersecurity package. And to ensure you get the lowest possible price on a TotalAV plan, or any of today's providers for that matter, make sure you scan the QR code on screen or use the link in the description to access our exclusive Cybernews discounts. Okay, my next antivirus for Android recommendation goes to a well-known name on this channel, Norton. The antivirus comes with similar features as TotalAV, like the real-time protection, malware scans, and a safe web browser extension. However, there are also some other tools to keep you safe. The App Advisor scans apps right from the Google Play Store before they're even downloaded, preventing you from installing anything malicious. Plus, there's an SMS filtering feature that keeps SMS spam at bay. But one of the main reasons Norton is by far one of the best antivirus for Android options is because of its performance. In its most recent testing scores by AV Test, the app received a perfect 6 out of 6 in usability, performance, and protection. And our in-house testing results were also super strong, with the app detecting 116 out of the 150 malware samples. On top of some of the best security around, you'll also get features like a Wi-Fi security checker that warns you if a connection is unsafe. Meanwhile, the safe web browser extension searches through sites to detect malware and prevent you from ever even opening it. And to stay on top of which apps have been granted certain permissions, there's the privacy report feature. Pricing-wise, both the Norton Plus and standard plans get you excellent anti-malware protection. However, I personally use the Norton Deluxe 360 plan, since it includes an entire arsenal of cybersecurity features, 50 gigabytes of cloud storage, and use on 5 devices at once. Alright, my next best antivirus suggestion has to go to Bitdefender. This app comes packed with lots of the features our first two providers have, including real-time protection and malware scans, as well as web protection. Plus, it also comes with lots of other protective measures. The account privacy feature will notify you should your email ever get compromised in a data breach. And the device optimizer helps to improve your phone's overall performance. Some other features that make Bitdefender a great mobile antivirus are the app lock, which lets you specify which apps on your Android require a PIN code for access. Then the anti-theft feature lets you remotely lock, locate, and wipe your phone in the event it ever gets lost. Not to mention the fact that Bitdefender itself is very light on battery usage. Just like with Norton, Bitdefender scored a solid 6 out of 6 in performance, protection, and usability in the most recent testing from AV Test. And our in-house test results were equally impressive, with the full scan detecting 146 out of the 150 malware samples. What's more, this antivirus is one of the most affordable on the market, with its total security plan including a strong protection suite of features and use on 3 devices simultaneously. Regardless of which provider in today's video suits your needs best, you can grab a coupon usable on all of their plans by following the links in the description. Before I sign off, I just want to make it abundantly clear that with millions of users worldwide, Androids are frequently targeted by bad actors, and leaving your device without an antivirus is a huge risk. Like I mentioned, those skimpy free plans just aren't strong enough to cut it, and generally cause more damage than good. My advice is to only use safe, reputable providers like TotalAV, Norton, and Bitdefender. You can scan the QR code on screen now to easily access our Norton discount, and if you feel like binging more cybersecurity content, then feel free to check out the next video we got coming your way. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.